Well, 2017 was a wacky year, wasn't it? It was the year that Kurt Angle had a black sun, Roman Reigns started to get over, and Jinder Mahal became the WWE Champion. Yeah, 2017 was indeed a weird one. However, we were treated to possibly the best year in recent memory from an in-ring standpoint. It's tough to go back to any pay-per-view this year and not find a good, if not great match on the card. Even NXT delivered its share of classic matches over the year. So now I get the lovely job of trying to choose which ones are the best of the best. Not an easy task, but hey, that's why I make the big bucks. Anyways, let's take a look at what the best matches of 2017 were. Number 10, the SmackDown Men's Money in the Bank match. Since this list is going to be on the chaotic side of things, why not start it off with WWE's version of a car crash? In June of 2017, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Dolph Ziggler competed for the chance to become Mr. Money in the Bank. While this match took a bit to get going, it really picked up once Nakamura came back out and had one hell of a tease with AJ Styles. Outside of that, you always had the great rivalry between Owens and Zayn, and arguably Corbin's best showing to date. Even though Corbin failed to cash in at a later date, it doesn't take away from the fact that this match was a hell of a lot of fun to watch. Number 9, the Usos vs the New Day at Hell in a Cell. This might have been the best rivalry of 2017. The Usos and New Day traded back and forth wins and titles for a good part of the year, but Hell in a Cell was the last time that these two teams would square off in a 2v2 setting. If the two teams' amazing chemistry didn't entice you, the Cell certainly did. This match was brutal from the get-go, making use of steel chairs, personalized kendo sticks, and even handcuffs at one point. We soon witnessed that this was not just a match, but an all-out war between the best of the best when it comes to tag team wrestling. At the end of it all, the Usos stood as champions, but the fans walked out as the true winners. Number 8, Authors of Pain vs DIY vs The Revival at NXT TakeOver Orlando. Continuing on the trend of tag team wrestling, we go back to the teams that dominated the NXT tag team scene for so long. When the Authors of Pain first arrived, nobody gave them a chance. They looked like a team of big clunky men inside the ring that really didn't have much talent. That all changed when they started their feuds with DIY and The Revival. It was a tale of two teams that hated each other, teaming up to take out the unstoppable force that was Authors of Pain. This match had it all from power spots to high-flying action. The drama of DIY teaming up with The Revival to try to take down AOP was thrilling to say the least. This match was non-stop action that gave you no time to breathe at all, and it even saw Dash Wilder deliver a suicide dive alongside Johnny Wrestling. Somehow though, at the end of it, the Authors of Pain stood tall as champions, and this match easily stole the show. Number 7, Asuka vs Ember Moon at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. In what has become NXT's version of WrestleMania, TakeOver Brooklyn 3 delivered the best women's bout of the year when Asuka defended her title against her longtime rival in Ember Moon. After the Empress of Tomorrow cheated to retain her title in their first match and purposely injured Moon ahead of their upcoming bout, it seemed that it would be finally time for Ember Moon to eclipse the women's division and become the champ. What followed was a hard-hitting match that featured some very stiff work from both competitors. The ending did fall a bit flat as it seemed like this was the right time to have someone beat Asuka's undefeated streak, but don't let that take away from the fact that this match was nearly perfect. Number 6, Brock Lesnar vs Braun Strowman vs Samoa Joe vs Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. What happens when you put a beast inside the ring with a monster, a Samoan, and a big dog? Magic, that's what. At SummerSlam 2017, we witnessed 4 alpha males butting heads, all trying to achieve the same goal to be Universal Champion. This match was hard-hitting, fast-paced, and of course, dramatic. While there will be better technical matches than this one, there are very few matches that will top the raw power that we witnessed. Braun Strowman was the star of this match by taking out Lesnar early on, and only for the Beast to come back and destroy everybody in his sights. It was a fun adrenaline rush that helped close out a solid SummerSlam weekend. Number 5, Alistair Black vs Velveteen Dream at NXT TakeOver War Games. Talk about a surprising match. At NXT TakeOver War Games, we got to see what the Velveteen Dream was all about against one of the best prospects WWE's had in a long time, Alistair Black. With the whole feud being centered around Dream trying to get Black to say his name, I didn't have high hopes for this match, but boy was I gladly mistaken. This match was a storytelling masterpiece that even at one point had both competitors sitting in the ring, staring across at each other, and the crowd was going wild. Black eventually picked up the win, but he finally gave in and said Dream's name. This match proved that fans still go wild for the simplest of stories, and mark my words, 2018 will be the year of the Dream. Number 4, Brock Lesnar vs AJ Styles at Survivor Series. When the Beast stepped into the ring with the Phenomenal One, we knew we were in store for an instant classic. It was a dream match that we had all wanted to see and felt like both men had something to prove. Not only were they fighting to see which brand was better, but they were fighting to see who was the top champion in all of WWE. Needless to say, the two men delivered a hard-hitting, fast-paced bout. All it took was one mistake from Styles for Brock to capitalize, but Styles pushed Lesnar right to the edge and was mere seconds away from walking away with the win. This is the match that you show people when they ask, why do you watch wrestling? It had it all, plain and simple. Number 3. Finn Balor vs AJ Styles at TLC. Originally supposed to be Finn Balor vs Bray Wyatt in a weird alter ego vs crossdresser match, we instead got treated to a WrestleMania caliber match between two of the very best in the business. Finn Balor had to switch his focus to Styles and do his best to overcome his former Bullet Club member. This would prove to be a very tough challenge as Styles brought his A-game. The two went back and forth in dramatic fashion with near falls after near falls, although in the end, it was the Demon King who stood tall over the Phenomenal One. But before we could move on from this match, the two shared a Too Sweet in the center of the ring as a sign of mutual respect for each other. What a match. Number 2. Tyler Bate vs Pete Dunne, NXT TakeOver Chicago. As I was going back through the year, two matches came to mind as the best match of 2017. This was one of them. At TakeOver Chicago, Tyler Bate put his UK Championship on the line against the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. What we soon witnessed was the absolute best piece of storytelling and a technical masterpiece. The two traded strikes back and forth and landed near fall after near fall. This led to not one, but two standing ovations during this incredible match. Dunn played the psychotic heel while Bate played the resilient babyface role to perfection. In the end, Dunn would capture his first UK championship and prove to everybody that he is among the best young stars in the company has to offer. Hopefully in 2018 we get to see the UK division take off so we can see Bate and Dunn battle once again. And number 1, John Cena vs AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. Here we are, the best match of the year has to go to Cena vs Styles. Taking place all the way back in January of 2017, these two men set the bar for the rest of the year, and while many came close, none of them could top this classic. With Cena having the chance to become a 16-time champion and tie Ric Flair's record, fans were watching closely to see if Cena could do it. Styles, on the other hand, wanted to prove that he was indeed the champ that runs the camp. After many near falls, including kicking out of an Avalanche AA, Cena would prove to be too much for Styles as he walked away the new WWE champion. This was hands down the best match of the year as it showcased two of the biggest stars of the era going one-on-one for the biggest prize in sports entertainment. It really doesn't get any bigger than that. So that's my list. Do you agree with it? What do you think the best match of 2017 was? Let me know in the comments below. Also, while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, come follow me on Twitter at Conman167, and consider supporting me on Patreon. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully 2018 lives up to what 2017 had to offer.